happy birthday, Made to Surprise. This month, Made to Surprise turns 6. Can you believe it? 6 years. I can't. It has flown by. Like I said, I can't believe it's been 6 years. So much has gone on. It's been absolutely life-changing for me. And there are so many of you that have been here from the beginning and you're still here now. So I just want to say a huge thank you because it's because of you that I'm still here. So what have we got for this week? I have tutorials every single day with huge discounts, 60% off bundles. And each bundle will be released each day. There will be a homepage on the Craft World website. So as the week goes on, you'll see more and more added to the page. There's also other discounts within the Made to Surprise range as well on the website, so do check it out. All of the information will be linked below. There's also a launch on Friday. There will be 16% off the full collection. I'm also going to try and go live, although I am also prepping for the launch. So there's a lot going on, but I have managed to get all the tutorials ready and scheduled for the week. Those of you that have collected all my ranges, you'll have probably most of the products in the bundles. However, I have made sure that I've done really different kind of card styles. So hopefully you'll get lots of inspiration from the tutorials that I share. I'm also going to be doing a very special giveaway during the launch, but you'll have to tune in to see what that one's about. Even after this week of tutorials is finished and we've had our celebrations, I'm going to continue the celebrations because, hey, it's May. Let's just enjoy all of it and celebrate Made to Surprise. So I have some other things planned. So please subscribe if you haven't done so. Make sure you check out all my other socials as well, which will be linked below. So once again, a huge thank you for these last 6 years. I have enjoyed every minute of it, and I hope you enjoy everything I've got to share with you this week. So the first bundle for this week of celebrations is this one here. So you've got the 6x8 multi glider die set. You've got your up above stamp and die set, and then the Positive Vibes paper pad, and I'm using the one with the rainbows on here. So like I said, there is a page dedicated to the birthday week and you can find that linked in the description box below. So I've got a piece of A4 here folded in half, which is about 5 7/8 by 8 1/4, which is the size for the glider mechanism to sit perfectly on. You can see there. So in the die set, you'll get your main big metal die. This one will go through a standard die machine. You don't need a large one for this. So you can see there, just pass that through and it will do all the cuts for you and it will give you something like this. On the front of your card blank, if you lay this die over the top, make sure you've got an even white border and then just push this section up where you've got this like tab, push it up. So it's roughly, what have I got here? About 2 inches. And just mark with a pencil along the top, the side, the bottom and the other side. Take it away and that is where you can stamp your hidden message, whatever decoration you want to have there. So I have used from the set here, wishing you a birthday that's out of this world. And I've stamped some of the clouds there. So this is a stamp and die set. Everything that's in turquoise has a die to cut it out, or it's a die on its own. So that's just the die that will cut the moon detail or a planet. You've got a cloud one there as well, and you've got some extra stars. And then you've got all of your sentiments stamped, and that's a stamp of just the stars there. So I've already created that. I've done a tiny little bit of shading with some blue, light blue-grey colour there. But that's going to be the reveal when you slide the card. So back to this one here. So once you've run it through your die machine, I always just like to go over the score lines with my scoreboard. So you'll see them all. When it cuts it, you'll see it will leave an embossed detail of these bits here. But depending on, everyone uses different weights. It's just a little bit easier if you just go over the score line just to make it a bit easier to fold. This is a 230, I think, GSM cardstock I've got here. So you just want to go and fold all of the score lines. Grab a bone folder and just give that all a good fold and do it in both directions as well, because you can have this folded in multiple directions, which is why it's called a multi-slider. So again, just back that way and then that last little tab. Now you can have this so that you have 2 pieces pop up at the front and one pops up at the back like this. Okay, you can have that orientation, or you can have 1 at the front and 2 at the back. So it will depend on what you're using to decorate. You can find photos of these on my Facebook album, and I've got tutorials also on this page. I'll link the glider tutorial playlist in this video, so if you do want to see the different kind of ways that this was put together, you can see those card tutorials. So I'm thinking for this one, I'm going to have 2 at the front
and one at the back. Whatever you stick at the back is generally higher, but you also then have to make sure that it doesn't stick out the top of the card, and I'll go into that in a bit more detail. Then in the die set you also get this plain rectangle. That's your pull tab. I've cut it twice in this. This is only like a 180 GSM, but I loved the colour. So on its own it's just a bit too weak, so I've just stuck two together. It just makes it a much nicer, you know, more cardstock piece that you can pull up and down. You also get in the set all of your matte layers, and you get this one here. You want to cut that one. That's your bar that will hold the tracks in place and stop everything kind of popping up. So you want to cut that one just the once. And then these are your mats and layers, and there's all different ones that will fit into these sections here. So this one will completely cover it. Then you've got a layer there, but you might want to put the layer straight onto there. You've got one with your rounded edges. You've got some swirly ones there. You've got another matte layer with the rounded edges. Another layer there, so that goes in those ones. So you've got mats and layers, they all nest together. So again, all different ways to decorate those panels. I've kept mine with the simple rectangle, and I've used the rainbow paper there, and that's going to cover all of those sections. So I think what I'm going to do first of all is stick those down. So I've cut myself 9. Now you can also have this pull from the bottom and your message reveals from the top, or you can pull it from the top, the message reveals at the bottom. That's the way I'm going to do it today. I've got all these bits here, and they're just going to be a nice little backdrop. Now, before you stick them down, you may want to wait until you've stuck your elements on. Now, if you're sticking them straight onto each of these pieces, then stick your papers down now. But I think I want to have a few of them on acetate, especially things like the rocket. That's going to look really good floating, and the alien like flying around in space. We've got the spaceship here as well, and the rainbow. So not everything, but a lot of them I want to have, especially like the clouds as well, kind of all popped up on some acetate. So I think for that reason I'm going to hold fire. I'm actually going to stick these down last, but like I said, if you're not using acetate, stick those all down. So what we can do next is flip this over, and you want to run some thin tape along the little tab here, and we're going to attach the pull tab, and we can get this stuck onto the card, because I think it's a bit easier to decorate when it's all stuck down on the card, because you can slide it up and down and then see where you want your decoration to go. So I'm just going to remove, and then you're going to take this one here, and you want to make sure it's going to be wider than this section here. It goes into your frame parts here. You want to make sure it's flush with the bottom of this piece, okay, and then equally overhangs into the frame here, because you need to add tape onto that as well. So I'm just going to carefully place that one down. Pretty good to me, because then you need a thin tape to be able to stick around the sides here. Got an even thinner one again here. You see the difference? Your red liner tapes, you can get really thin ones as well, and you want to hug the outside now of this piece, and you're just going to run your tape along all of those 3 sides. Okay, I've taken the backing off of those, and then because I've already got that already, which you would have done, all you want to do now is focus on, for me, is the blue piece. I want to make sure that that sits within the card and I have a nice frame. Ignore your pull tab piece. Just focus. If you start from the bottom, you can see there the bottom and the sides, they all look pretty good. Just kind of tack that down, and then you can just carefully drop the rest of it down. And now you can do a little test. We'll make a little finger pull in a minute. And you can see that all slides. So just make sure you've got a really nice sliding movement there. And then with these ones here, you can either tuck them underneath or you can leave it visible. So I'm going to have 2 at the front that are going to stay up, 1 at the back. So I want to push those down, okay? So all I want to do is add some glue. I'm just going to open this right up and push these down, and I want to add some glue just behind this one here. You can do this before. Again, I've put this together a few ways, but as long as you just get some glue just behind there, can you see? And then we can stick that one right down. That one's not going to go anywhere. Just give it a good burnish. And then these 2 at the front we want to stay up. So this is where this bar comes in handy. This is going to go across the top here, and you're going to stick it just onto the edge here. You don't want it to stick anywhere else, because these need to be able to slide underneath. They need to be able to move freely. So like I said, some of the cards I've stuck the bar over the top. Some of them I've stuck the bar underneath before I've stuck the blue piece onto the card blank. So I'm just going to add a little glue to each end. And this is the exact same width of the blue piece here. So just pop that underneath, and you want to bring it right up to where these fold, because that's where it's going to stop. And that will also keep it nice and straight. Bring that one down like so. And then again, just make sure that is definitely secure, but you can see it all folds flat. And then what I'm going to do is just cut myself a little finger pull. If you've got a circle punch, I do have one, but not everybody does. So just to show you where you've got your little semicircle here, pinch together the two pieces of the card blank. I'm just going to cut a neat little triangle, just a neat little triangle like so. And now you can just pull that really easily. Like I said, use a punch if you want, but that looks just as good. And now I can just pull that up, and you can see how this holds that down, and your other three all pop up. And now I can decorate, which is always the fun part. So like I said, whatever you have on the back panels here, you just need to be aware that when you close the card, things might stick out. So for example, I'm just going to cut myself a strip of acetate here. If I was to stick that onto there with Planet Earth right at the top, for example, if I just close that, when it goes to go flat, if you imagine that would be there, it would be sticking out the top. So I just need to, you know, have that more in that position. So it's still going to pop up really nicely, but just every time you stick something on, mine are going to be on that one, and that one. Obviously these ones at the front, you've got a lot more, so I could have the planet stuck there, and I could stick it right at the end of the acetate. So just bear that in mind. Every time you stick something down, you hear me say it in nearly all my videos, fold it all flat just to check it's going to fit in your envelope. But I'm going to now, with acetate on some of them, some bits I'm going to have them stuck, you know, onto this part, but I'll then stick those down. Once I've stuck the acetate down, I'm going to stick that over the top so it will be concealed behind it. And I've also got another sentiment for the front, which is this one here. Have a blast on your special day. So I might have that across the two there. Again, I might have it on a little bit of acetate. I've also got the stars there, which I've cut in mirrored card. I've got a couple of rainbows. So I've got quite a lot that I want to fit on this card. So I'm going to carry on and get that all stuck down, and then I'll show you at the end. This card has turned out so well. I'm really pleased with this. This is how it looks when I take it out of the envelope. I've thrown everything at it, and then when you pull the slider, how wonderful. And you can see I've kind of built up a bit of a panel there. See, it's all attached. Gives it a bit more structure as well, although they did look really cool just kind of bouncing around. And you can also add things onto the front here. So these are on, the rainbow's on a little bit of foam there. Just lift it, just put a little curl into it. It's still going to go in the envelope, but it just means that you can see this just slides, and with that bit's obviously a little bit high, but it all glides underneath, you know, nice and easily. The same with the planet there and the little star. Just like I said, every time you stick something down, just make sure that it all slides. But I think this has turned out really, really well. It can be displayed this way as well. You've got all your space inside to write your message. Oh, I forgot the little arrow as well. There's one little arrow in the set. I'm just going to add that there just so it gives them a direction, so they know what to do when they take out the envelope. So once again, here is that wonderful card, and when you pull the top, you see all of that lovely detail. How gorgeous is that? I think it's fab. So I hope you've enjoyed card number 1 and bundle number 1 from me today. All the information will be shared in the description box below. So go and have a look, and you might see some other things on the website as well that you like. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.